Alright, fuck it, let's go. Like, share, and subscribe. Now, this is the shit I'm talking about. When people be like, man, you so hard on black celebrity. Because most of these motherfuckers is in compromising positions. And they go behind their word a lot of times. They pray at the hearts of, they play at the weak-hearted black folks. Because we're big-hearted people. Now, a lot of times we think with our heart more than our logic. And we're group thinkers. And they prey on that. Because we don't ask the questions we should be asking, and we just go along with it, and we just so happy to see someone who looks like us doing good, and I'm all for that. But at the end of the day, when shit don't add up, I'ma question it. Now, Jay-Z, who a few months ago told everyone to not watch the NFL, okay, to not watch the Super Bowl, told you to boycott it. Him and Rihanna, to name a few, last year turned down the Super Bowl opportunity a year in advance because they booked this show almost a year in advance, and was saying how supportive he was of Colin Kaepernick. He talked shit about the NFL on the ape shit joint with him and Beyonce. And here it is, breaking news. Him and Roc Nation are going to partner with the NFL for music and social justice campaign. So Jay-Z and Roc Nation are going to be in control of course, the entertainment, because that's the only thing. Though that's what most of these, racist conservatives. That's the only thing they see us for is entertainment. Can you dance? Can you act? Can you play ball, nigga? And he is gonna be the leader of the entertainment endeavors for the NFL, and they're gonna be able to pick out who performs at the Super Bowl and whatnot. And I don't know how long this deal is. They're not putting out the figures. They didn't disclose the figures. I want to know how much this shit costs. How much did they pay Jay for him to go back on his word? Because the typical Negroid is going to be like, yo, this was a big deal. Hove, man, Hove a boss. Yo, only Hove can do that. Smart motherfuckers is like, yo, how much did you get paid for you to go back on your word? Because this, to me, this makes Jay-Z look like a fucking hypocrite. I'm sorry. You look like a hypocrite, dog. You just told us to boycott this organization because they didn't give Cap a job and because they were running a slave system. And then 6, 7 months later, you in bed doing business with them now? Nothing's changed. Cap still don't got a job. One of the Dolphins owners just got busted hosting a fundraising party for Donald Trump's 2020 campaign. Nothing's changed. So it was all about the money the whole time. And even similar with the Cap. Cap took that knee, but then he got the deal with Nike, and then he got the deal with the NFL behind everybody's back, and they basically took his freedom of speech, and Kaepernick's been on silent lunch ever since. They like, okay, we'll pay you, shut the fuck up, go home, sit down. Now he's still campaigning for a job, and Trump was like, yeah, I would love to see him back. But they gave him hush money, 80 million or something like that. But that was the whole basis of how this all started, and Jay-Z defending Colin Kaepernick. But I'm like, Cap still ain't got no job. So what was it that made you want to come here and do business with the NFL when nothing has clearly changed? And this also neutralizes Jay-Z and takes away his opinion on what's really going on with the league. Because if someone was to interview Jay in the next couple of weeks, he would have to answer that question. Like, yo, why did you do this? He's not going to tell you, oh, because they gave me a crazy check. He's going to have to tap dance and come up with some shit. He's a clever dude. He's good at, making stuff up on the fly and making tap dancing around questions. But, what was the whole motive for this? Because there's nothing, this does nothing for black folks. This does nothing for anybody but Jay-Z and his pockets, Roc Nation, and the NFL. The NFL has also made him the social justice. He's going to be for the social justice issues and entertainment. Well, he's going to be like the spokesperson for NFL social justice. So they went and said, okay, let's get this black celebrity who has a lot of power and popularity and influence. He's married to Beyonce, and we can change our reputation because everyone thinks we're racist now. Jay-Z can help everybody look at us as a fair organization now. Despite that, Cap doesn't have a job and a few things like that, owners supporting Trump and whatnot. And this is how ignorant they think some of us are, that they could just slap Jay-Z on the NFL and all of a sudden everyone who's been boycotting for the last 2, 3 years is just going to say, oh, okay, I'm watching again. Because the NFL, the Super Bowl had the lowest ratings this year, 53. Super Bowl 53 had the lowest ratings in like 10 years. So this is a panic move and a PR move from the NFL. This is nothing but a PR move. They're panicking and they want to make sure, and they put this news out on the brink of the NFL season about to come back in a few weeks. And this is what they're trying to do. So this helps the NFL, or at least they think it's gonna help them, and it definitely helps Jay-Z and fattens his pockets even more. So I just want to know how much, because they won't disclose how much the deal was. But what did they give Jay for him to go back on his word? And like you say, if you look at history, Jay has done this before. In '99 when Rockefeller boycotted the Grammys, because back then it was hard for certain rappers just to get invited to the Grammys. They wouldn't broadcast the hip hop category on TV. So Rockefeller boycotted it. And then here it is 20 years later, Jay and his wife are winning Grammys. They're there every year, and he hosts this Grammy affiliated brunch every year. You see what I'm saying? Now you in bed with them, but you was boycotting them 20 years ago. You know what I mean? You wanted us to support your boycott and not watch them while y'all didn't attend. Now you do business with them. What changed? Only thing that changed was they finally started to acknowledge you and your music finally. That's all it was about from the beginning. Same thing with Spike Lee. He was on this Oscar Academy Award boycott, and when he won that award this year, he jumped into that white man's arms. Like, you never cared about black justice at this award show. All you cared about was the fact that they wouldn't acknowledge your ass. Now that they got you at the table with the rest of them, it's all good. So like I say, a lot of these motherfuckers bite on their word. They hypocritical as fuck, and they prey at the hearts of black people because we're big-hearted people and we're group thinkers. But no, I mean, is it a big move technically? Yes, it is a boss move. It comes off hypocritical to me because Jay just was telling us a few months ago not to fuck with the NFL. And now you're putting yourself in a compromising position because you're doing business with them, and there's nothing that has been changed about the NFL whatsoever. It's still the same shit that it was when you told us not to watch it 7, 8 months ago. So I put the link in the description. Like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. Say some people think it's big time. Some people support it. Some people don't. I think Jay-Z is full of shit when it comes to this deal. I'm sorry. And I'm a fan of Jay-Z, the artist. Everything from Reasonable Doubt up until like Black Album. But as a businessman, I see the bullshit. So let me know what y'all think, man. Once again, niggas is getting played. And like I say, you want to control a halftime, and I don't even think they're gonna let him go all the way with that. I mean, they're gonna let Meek Mill and who said who's gonna do halftime. I don't know, because he was able to tell everybody. He was able to influence everyone to not do halftime last year. Travis Scott, Rihanna, to name a few. So who knows what halftime is gonna look like? Is it gonna be an all hip hop halftime for the next 5 years? I don't know. I doubt it. NFL is going to be like, okay, you got to give us something, Jay. You got to give us some Bruce Springsteen or some Maroon 5 in there somewhere. But, yeah, this is what this is. And, here we go again. So, yeah, I'm out, man.